Namo Phat, good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The third mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to cultivate responsibility and learn ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. I'm determined not to engage in sexual relations without love and a long-term commitment. To preserve the happiness of myself and others, I'm determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and to prevent couples and families from being broken by sexual misconduct. For our Dharma lessons, we're reading Ajahn Thiradhammo's book, Working with the Five Hindrances. This morning we have a section on suffering. In the last chapter, I mentioned that suffering can be a cause of energy. We have to be a little circumspect in how we use it, though, because sometimes it can result in restlessness. While suffering can shake us out of complacent lethargy, it can sometimes be so unpleasant that the self is prone to distract us with restlessness or other hindrances. Perhaps when you're sitting in meditation, the body becomes uncomfortable, and then the mind becomes restless due to the discomfort. Some people may think that the longer one sits, the better the meditation. They may not have understood that the purpose of sitting meditation is to calm the mind, not to restlessly endure discomfort. Perhaps it is unconscious mental suffering which is causing restlessness, yet we struggle with or endure the restlessness rather than investigate what's behind it. Once I was in a small monastery in northern Thailand. It was quite a pleasant place in a quiet valley. I had a little grass-roofed hut with a walking path, and there was sufficient alms food. I was staying there for a few days, doing walking and sitting meditation. However, the mind would not calm down. The thoughts just kept coming and coming, blah, blah, blah. I began to wonder what was happening. I couldn't fault the weather, the food, or the lodging. I was running out of excuses, so maybe the problem was ghosts? Anyway, I was on a monastic wandering tour, so I moved to another place, and meditation was better. Later I moved to another place, which was on a hill under a huge banyan tree, with a spectacular view down the valley and over the tree-clad mountains. I said to myself, I can't meditate here, I'll be looking at the view all the time. However, after being there only a few hours, the mind became very quiet. And then I had an insight into why my mind does not go quiet in some places as it does in others, because it needs some open space in order to feel relaxed and at ease. When I was doing walking meditation in the Pleasant Valley, there was a feeling of being closed in. The mind felt uncomfortable, oppressed, or hemmed in, and thus gave rise to a restless chain of thoughts. However, on the hilltop with a lot of open space, the mind felt relaxed and expansive. That's why my usual choice of hut is way up on a hill. I'm still unsure of the underlying reasons. I like to think that this is due to personal temperament. However, the important point is to use the awareness of restlessness to follow it back to the cause. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me this morning.